The five-pointed star, or pentagram, is one of the most potent, powerful, and persistent symbols in human history. It has been important to almost every ancient culture, from the Mayans of Latin America, to India, China, Greece, and Egypt. It has been found scratched on the walls of Neolithic caves, and in Babylonian drawings, where it marks the pattern the planet Venus makes on its travels, a secret symbol of the goddess Ishtar. Scriptures, especially Hebrew, are abundant with references to pentagrams. So, why does this symbol have such a sinister reputation today? The pentagram in the ancient world. The earliest pentagrams were rough diagrams found scratched into Stone Age caves. While they are believed to have some spiritual significance, the meaning of the star shape to early humans is a mystery. In the civilizations that followed, it held various meanings, usually astronomical and religious. Pentagrams served to mark directions in Sumerian texts, and represented the 5 visible planets. Later, it was the sign of the planet Venus and the goddess. According to the Greek mathematician and philosopher Pythagoras, 5 was the number of man, because of the 5-fold division of the body, and the ancient Greek division of the soul. According to Pythagoras, the 5 points of the pentagram each represent one of the 5 elements that make up man: fire, water, air, earth, and psyche, which was described as energy, fluid, breath, matter, and mind, liquid, gas, solid, plasma, and ether. The Pythagoreans held the pentacle sacred to Hygeia, the goddess of healing, whose name was an anagram in Greek for the elements water, earth, spirit, fire, and air. This particular symbolism has persisted for centuries, and has greatly influenced theologies of diverse traditions. Early Christians wore it as an emblem, possibly to represent the wounds of Christ, or possibly due to connections between early Christians and the Pythagorean mysteries. Later, the pentacle was important to many doctrines of esoteric medieval and Renaissance belief systems, for example alchemy, Kabbalah, and ceremonial magic. The pentacle and magic. Ritual magicians, like the Greeks, used the pentagram as a microcosm of the human body. The practice of ritual magic was used to create a state of closeness with God through the use of symbols and rituals to imitate the divine state. It was believed that that the connection between the world of symbols and the world of actions could also be manipulated for destructive purposes. One of these magicians, Giordano Bruno, warned of such misuse of the powerful pentacle by misled magicians. The pentagram is still central to the practice of ritual magic, and is used in the foundation of many of its rituals. In the Jewish Kabbalistic tradition, which borrows many Pythagorean ideas, the pentagram represents the 5 upper sephiroth on the tree of life, which is 5 numbers being indivisible by any but themselves, which represent pure archetypal forces like justice, mercy, wisdom, understanding, and transcendent splendor. The Christian pentagram. Christian Kabbalists of the Renaissance were especially enamored of the pentagram, which they viewed as a mystical proof of the divinity of Christ, which to them, it symbolized Christ, as the Holy Spirit manifest in the flesh. A favorite geometric feat was to add the Hebrew letter Shin, symbolizing fire and the Holy Spirit of Pentecost, to the biblical 4-letter name of God YHVH, most commonly and incorrectly pronounced Jehovah, yielding YHSHVH, Yeshua, or Jesus. There is a secret biblical connection, as well, in the name of the Christian holiday of Pentecost, which is the day the Holy Spirit descended on the apostles of Jesus. Is one of many geometrical proofs in the New Testament disguised as stories. There are many connections between the pentagram and Christianity. Before the cross, it was a preferred emblem to adorn the jewelry and amulets of early Christians, followed by an X or a phoenix. The pentagram was associated with the 5 wounds of Christ, and because it could be drawn in one continuous movement of the pen, the alpha and the omega as one. It was also an expression of a secret Gnostic heresy, found hidden here and there throughout Christian history, a symbol of Isis or Venus as the secret goddess, the female principle. The most notable instance of this symbolism is in the Arthurian Grail romances, which are Gnostic and Kabbalistic teachings disguised as tales of knightly quests. The pentacle, as a symbol of the feminine principle, was embodied by the rose. The small, five-petaled roses found in many Gothic cathedral ornamentation are not so secret pentagrams, for example. The pentacle in Wicca and other neo-pagan traditions. Currently, the most common religious uses of the pentagram are by Wiccan, neo-pagan, and satanic groups. In most Wiccan and neo-pagan traditions, its symbolic meaning is derived from ceremonial magic and 19th century occultism, the four elements ruled by the spirit, although as these theologies mature, they have added to its meaning. In many of these traditions, it can also symbolize the unity of mankind with the earth or with the realm of the spirit, the human body, and more.